Your attention, please, ladies and gents. We've all seen the royal palace up in the sky, plus a massive magical rock. Apparently, all very shocking. I'm positively staggered. Moving on. The bit that gets me is all this talk of the next king. Word is they'll be chosen based on the people's will. Everyone gets a say. But right now, I suppose we ought to talk about all those other faces up on the rock, hadn't we?
Oh, I was wondering about those.
Now, the Sanctus Church has looked into it, and it seems like size matters. More public support, bigger face on the rock, etc.
Right.
Looks like we've got Sanctifex Forden in the lead, and Count Luis hot on his trail.
Well, naturally Sanctifex Forden is at the top. The real surprise is how anyone else is that close behind him.
Oh, come off it, Count Luis. He's a man's man, a real pillar of strength.
Ugh, wake up, would you? Haven't you seen what's happened to the Grand Cathedral?
Hold your horses now, everyone. Just calm down. Won't do to just focus on the front runners, will it? There are many more pieces in play here. Take a look. Anyone who gets the people's support might be crowned. Anyone. Well, you could do it. Well, I could do it if I liked. Looks like we've quite a few new aspirants up there. All bright-eyed and ambitious monarchs-to-be. Had I a seat, I'd be on the edge of it.
Hold on, aren't you a town crier for the church? They're not going to like you going on about all these other faces.
Oh, please. The Sanctifex's lead isn't so fragile that I could jeopardize it. Besides, a good race would be some terrific entertainment, eh? Keep your eyes up and your ears open, ladies and gents. Albus Batlin, the crier, is going to have all the latest on these promising candidates.
He's fun.
Welcome
Fabienne?
back. I've heard the news. You took down those dastards under Luis's command, did you?
Sorta.
News travels fast, I see.
Well, just the nature of the inn, isn't it?
Like he killed himself.
Information is our lifeblood. I hope this helps him rest in peace.
I will see his dreams fulfilled. I promise you that.
How's Maria holding up?
Still cooped up in her room. She's not eaten a thing.
The city sure isn't astir. I thought it might be news of defeating the human. But there's more to it than that.
Small wonder when any among the populace might be king. Candidates are coming out of the woodwork.
Speaking of which, I've actually heard another rumor. They say Sanctifex Forden's planning some sort of grand announcement. Word among the Sanctus Church is that it's bound to bring Luis out of hiding.
Really? That'd be great if it's true.
The announcement is supposedly on the 22nd. They'd not be talking about such an exact date if there weren't some truth to it.
We'd best wait before we plan our next move then. Might not have much of a choice, in truth.
Cool.
We have waited long enough to rule this land.
Scheming king. What sort of man has a contingency plan for his own death?
It is interesting.
That face in the sky, is that really the king?
We didn't listen to some blasted rock. Name the new king under our authority and be done with it.
The populace would reject it outright. As it is so clearly born from the king's magic, they trust this decree as the king's own. That aside, when that assassin tried to claim Luis's head, I saw some strange magic foil his killing blow. Is that also the king's doing?
Is that not why we sent for that professed curse-breaker scholar or some such? Send her in, and let us hear her findings.
Not a single woman on this council.
'Tis an honor,
Oops.
esteemed nobles. I am Rella Melanchorophus Cygnus, daughter of House Cygnus.
Yes, all right, spare us the pleasantries. We want the facts, girl.
Oh, Well, concerning the magic that seemed to save Count Luis's life, we've seen similar incidents in different places. It would seem this magic's purpose is to ensure that the coronation cannot be decided by force, only by the trust of the people. If those who have earned a measure of the people's trust are being shielded, it must be by the king's magic. At least, that is my belief.
So what? You're telling me that blasted Luis is invincible now? Damnation!
How distressing. Yet one wonders, is our risen king observing each individual conflict between his aspirants?
I cannot say how it's triggered. Only the king would know the exact conditions, and we obviously cannot simply ask. Though, I can say there is one certain means of bypassing it. A duel could overcome this sorcery.
So they can be killed, but not murdered. Certainly a petty distinction I could only expect from such a blind romanticist.
And, that is everything I know. At the moment, that is.
At this point, Luis's public support rivals our own. Disappointing, really, that so many would desire his vision of shepherd and livestock.
Beasts, the lot of them. A dog is happiest on its leash.
They seek a king with strength, do they? Then let us give them a display of our own power, with grace, nobility, and civility.
Assassins dying in the streets. The people locked in an inescapable power struggle. What was His Majesty thinking?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, the 20 seconds actually very soon.
First up,
We got a few days left before Forden makes his proclamation, but remember, one way or another, this ends with us facing off against Luis. We can't waste any time. Indeed. Perhaps we should clear the monsters running rampant in the desert? 'Twould seem bounties are available at the recruitment center again as well.
Oh, yeah?
The recruitment center? Won't it be a problem if someone there spots a few new recruits who are supposed to be, you know, dead? After a debacle of that scale, I doubt anyone there will be particularly concerned or idle enough to even notice. Should anyone press you on the topic, merely mention my name. Waiting for Forden to make a move. While waiting for Forden to make his move, you can go meet various people, spend time with your allies, or prepare for the battle against Luis. Accepting requests from townspeople may open up more locations in the city. Always be ready to lend a helping hand. You can exit the city via Tradia Gate on Sun Lumio Street.
Well then.
I hear a voice. Hearing Followers' Echoes. Having obtained the Followers' Echoes ability from Gallica, you'll now periodically hear your followers' voices. Spending time with your followers will in turn increase the support they give you. If you happen to sense their voice, seek them out. Access the follower menu with left via the main menu to select a follower and travel to meet with them immediately. Perhaps I should discuss this with him. Hulkenberg comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with her. Well, I would love to do that with Gallica. I want to oh. I don't think I've ever seen her ride on my shoulder like that. That's pretty cute. I want to get 2 slots for skills. So how do I get to the follower thing? Oh, I just hit it right here. It seems like I can go up with Stroll too, but not Gallica. Alright, what were we doing? We got like 3 days until the Sanctus announcement. So I guess we want to like go hang out with our followers. Let's check the map. There's just something going on over here. I want to bless these weapons anyway, so that's good. I guess we could just do all of these. Hopefully we get enough blessed water after, though. Equip it to her. And then I guess I'm not really using brawler or healer, so those weapons are a bit lost right now, but maybe later. Is that Stroll over there? What's up, Stroll?
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I have an interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it. If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure.
Alright.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. You looking for people? Grand Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but... Young Master Leon? It couldn't be.
Huh?
I know that voice.
Rangeef?
Rangeef? Is that truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. Friend of yours?
Hold on.
Truth is...
He served House Haliatus when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangeef, this is Pompo. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
However...
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? And how are the others?
That's...
After the human attacked, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Let me help. Or then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is the name alone. I'm so sorry. Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents hadn't had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason that I have to help somehow. Let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I only wish I knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? In Ishkia Marquess, Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquess, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please, our woes should not be on your shoulder. I already bear their weight, my old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you. Let's go talk to him.
Stroll.
Let's go have a word with him. What? You're coming too? Moving forward will be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add to my personal woes to that. What friends do, buddy. We're friends though, aren't we?
You.
Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, It's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I can feel Stroll's deep trust in me. Woo!
I feel more courageous.
Warrior Enlightenment. Reduces the mag cost of studying the warrior lineage. Undaunted Spirit. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate increases. You have my thanks as well, Sir Pompo. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. Sure. Back to the Hush Honeybee. I hear a voice. He seemed promising, but Brigitte comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with her.
What is it?
We got Fabienne. This is nighttime. I could
Let's go.
hang. Oh, I didn't mean to just go there. I meant to just look at it.
All right then.
So we could help Fabienne. We could go see what Brigitte wants. Or I guess we could work on.
Let's go.
What's it called? Royal Virtues? We'll see what Brigitte wants. Who is this?
Divination sees all things.
Vestiges of Magla are left by people wandering through the city. These patterns tell me of the weather to come. Good evening, young man. I am a fortune teller. Please come to visit me if you ever wish to know which way the wind blows. Weather, huh? Being able to predict bad weather does seem helpful, but it's not exactly high on our list of priorities right now. I can read the very clouds.
Well, just you.
Ah, so it's you. You seem unscathed. So you haven't told anyone about it. So be it. You and I are collaborators now. Well then, shall we discuss your assignment? I'm in.
Now then.
Alright, come in.
Now then.
Oh. This is what I want you to handle. I want you to feed it, play with it, generally take care of it until I return.
Listen.
There's one rule, however. You cannot let anyone else find out that there's a dog here. No exceptions, no mistakes. Why?
What?
Is that it? That sounds simple.
Yes.
It is. But you can't let your guard down. I mean it when I say I want no mistakes. I'm sure you're aware of the anti-igniter crowd around here. The fools who believe igniters will destroy the world. Even beyond them, there are plenty of people in this world who would jump at the chance to do something crueler than kill me. Oh, they'd kill the dog? Woof!
That's why.
This thing is a weakness waiting to be exploited, so I have to hide it. I'm entrusting this matter to you.
Why?
Why? Why are you asking this of me?
You.
Because you're as far removed from my business as anyone could be. In case it bears saying, don't even think of crossing me. Being associates has worked for us so far. You don't want us to be enemies.
That's right.
Her name is... No, never mind. Call it what you want. I'm not really sure why, but I've been entrusted with taking care of Brigitte's dog. It seems strangely attached to you already.
I see now.
I suppose you do have some surprising skills, such as using magic without an igniter. Why do you know that?
Utterly naive.
If it could impact my igniter business, it's my job to know about it. And that's not all. Word has it that you and your entourage can transform your bodies for combat somehow.
Speaking of.
Long ago, there once existed an ultimate magic. They say the hero king of legend wielded a power very much like yours. Ha. Though I sincerely doubt you'll be following in his footsteps.
You.
I'll be frank, Pompo. You're bad for business. But that is precisely why I'm going to lend you my power. I'm selling igniters because they turn a profit, but I hate the damn things from the bottom of my heart. But this is a world dominated by igniters. Long as you've got the money, you've got almost all the power you want. Quite a pitch, isn't it? Those on top make a lot of profit off of bleeding the downtrodden dry. The strong get ever stronger, and the weak are only cast even further down. My own hands are not bloodless in that, and so I will endeavor to help you break this wretched wheel. If nothing else, it'll be amusing, no? I can sense Brigitte's faint expectations and trust towards me.
Yet still they oppose me.
Merchant Enlightenment. Reduces the mad cost of studying the merchant lineage.
Farewell.
You should go home for today. I'll give you your pay. I haven't done anything, though.
Huh?
I've hardly done any work, though. You've exceeded expectations already. You've made the dog like you. Something impossible for me.
See you.
Until next time. We'll be waiting. Or at least the dog will.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's an interesting relationship, but also I don't really care about the merchant lineage. A group of corpses was discovered in the Tradia Desert. Travelers aiming for the royal capital, it seems.
You're right.
There's certainly a lot of monsters out there. How tragic for them to meet their end so close to their destination.
Yes.
There seems to be a pack leader in that group of monsters. Might the recruitment center have more information on it? Bounty? Trying to teach me about bounty board.
Well then.
I haven't seen that girl Maria around this place lately. Why? She's still in her room?
All right then.
There's a discount, it seems.
God, I am grateful. What is it?
Not this way.
Hey, listen.
What up?
Okay?
Hello there.
Hello. I actually afford the golden EP. It's wild.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
This is on sale right now.
Hi Jose, what a week it's been. I'll be giving discounts out today. Now's a good time to buy. Get the tuxedo? I mean, it's pretty nuts. What do I use?
What now?
Oh, yeah. Forgot I just got that. Dude, he's solid. I guess if I got the tuxedo, it'd be for Stroll. Well, I could give him this and then her the tuxedo. Hulkenberg. Can I actually equip Gallica? She's a saber? Oh, she does.
This
I guess I'll do it. Good.
What now?
Okay. Alright, everything's looking pretty good. I don't know if I want to, like, sell anything. Oh, wow.
Now then.
Guess I could have probably purchased that on my own. Like, do I want to sell, like, the silver? I want to sell the iron tools, probably. Probably don't have much use for that. Accepting a bounty is not a bad idea. Plus, it looks like none of the soldiers from your recruitment interview are here. If anyone gets suspicious, we can fake it by mentioning Hulkenberg. Ayo. Sure are a lot of wanted posters. Hey, this bulletin board also has a bounty hunter ranking pinned to it. First place is... Oh, Katharina. That's her name. That has to be the Katharina we know, right? Yeah, she said that she was the highest. I guess she really is worth her salt. Impressive. But these contracts aren't anything you couldn't handle. It'd just take a while to catch up to Katharina. I thought that was... Ugh, the captain's gone. The Grand Cathedral's a mess. My work keeps piling up. What? You here for the bounties? Oh, sure. Have a look. Slay bounty targets. You can accept bounty requests at the recruitment center. These targets are very powerful, but you'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are added over time, so don't forget to check back. It's good you haven't been found out. Maybe I was worrying too much. The Man-Eater, Manjula, Fiend of the Wastes. I need to slay the Man-Eater, Manjula in Tradia Desert, south of Grand Trad. The informant at the Hush Honeybee Inn in Grand Trad should have more details. She's a Man-Eater. 10,000 Reeve just to defeat this monster? I guess they must really be struggling with it.
That's what you want.
This one caught your attention? It's a request to slay a Man-Eater Manjula. That's said to appear in the desert south of Grand Trad. Even though it has the run of the desert, it usually hides in its entourage of wild dogs. Take out enough wild dogs and it'll show itself eventually. The military is short-handed and this one's been difficult to handle. So this one's been difficult. You still want the contract? I'll do it. You're brave for someone so young. Okay, it's all yours. To get to the desert, go through the large gate south of San Lumio Street. After you walk a bit, you'll find it. Also, beasts aren't your only concern out there. You'll run into a swarm of sandworms if you're unlucky, so beware. As for the details, we are too understaffed to give you much, so go and ask an informant. That bunch just rubs me the wrong way, though.
Counting on you.
If you do somehow manage to slay the Manjula, bring back the Rampager tail as evidence. Good luck, and try not to get yourself killed out there.
Let's do it.
Great job.
I mean, this is a little silly.
All right, we did it.
Draw steel.
I think we got them all. We'll be safe for a while.
Man-Eater?
Look.
I'm sensing something huge, and it's headed right for us. Seems like messing with its pack has made it really angry. Finally appeared. Damn, it's huge. Between the worms and this guy, the people in town are essentially trapped. One certainly expects beasts in a desert, but for something like this to appear... No kidding. This isn't the type of... We're doing a lot of talking. This isn't the type of fellow the city guard can handle. We've got to do something.
Present and
Watch yourself. This is no mere worm or wild dog. Yeah, I can see that just fine. Here it comes. Brace yourselves. Slicer?
I'll cut you down.
I don't know how hard this thing is.
Ice. You hit their weakness.
Observe the enemy.
That's your opening, Captain.
I mean, it's not nothing.
I stand waiting.
I can't afford to hold back. You first.
Let's go. Freeze.
War cry?
Tactic. Only a flesh wound.
Ooh.
Stroll, they got you with multiple ailments.
Nice. Strike me if you dare.
In the name, all yours.
I
won't hold back.
Slowing you down, Captain. You hit their weakness.
I'll stay my
That's
blade.
your opening,
I shall
Captain.
vanquish evil. Hack and slash.
I shouldn't have passed.
Stroll, they got you with
Vitus
multiple
power.
ailments.
Freeze.
You hit their weakness.
By the sworn
That's
oath
your
of
opening,
knighthood.
Captain.
Oh, power of heroes!
Hulkenberg,
In the
your
name
attack
of
power's
glory.
dropped.
Oh, healing light.
I'm obliged.
I'm ice.
You've got a
Is
bunch
everyone
of
all right?
ailments slowing you down, Captain.
No.
Go for it.
Me. Freeze.
You hit their weakness.
By the sworn
That's
oath
your
of
opening,
knighthood.
Captain.
For all that we strive for!
Now, no holding back. I'll cut you down. They die hard. Me. Ice.
By the sworn, I shall be as a shield.
I shall vanquish evil.
Not done yet. Vitus power. Freeze.
Well, that's pretty easy. Rust weapon and a bone helm.
Satisfactory.
Good experience.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Nice. I feel stronger already.
Ha! I have never known such heights.
Good work, team.
However,
If this bounty had been left unaddressed, the military must truly be short-handed.
Even so.
True. And while I'm glad we can profit from it, this sort of thing really is their responsibility. Yes. I could not agree more. At least the threat to this area has been neutralized, for now anyway.
Right.
Absolutely. That's enough for now. Pompo, let's go report it at the recruitment center.
What do you think?
Leave it to us. And then, now then, shall we return to the entrance? Let's head back.
In that case.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the Grand Trad Tavern.
All right.
We've taken down the Mandula that was terrorizing the desert, so that bounty is all ours now. 'Tis a reward in itself to know that one less threat menaces the capital. Of course, we should collect our fair compensation, as we've most certainly earned it. I'm glad we were able to help the people too. Pompo, let's go report it at the recruitment center before we forget. Fortin's announcement is just around the corner. There's no point in trying to predict what he's going to say now.
true.
So it'd be wise to make the most of the time we have remaining. Perhaps there are others who require our aid, or we could help develop our archetypes. I'd thought myself utterly exhausted, but this meal is delectable. I shall sleep well after such a feast. I say we earned our rest today. Good job. I relaxed with my friends, all of us sharing a brief moment of peace.
Time marches on. and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I feel like those moments should give me like just a little bit to our bond. The Sanctus grand announcement is happening tomorrow.
All right then.
Yes, let's go do that.
Let's go.
Yo, Manny, you're down. Surely not. You've really managed to slay the bounty? That's certainly its rampage your tale. Even the military soldiers fled from it in fear. You lot are something else. Here's the reward as promised. Take it, it's yours.
We did it.
After slaying the target, Maneater Mangela, I reported back to the recruitment center and collected the bounty. Increased courage, 10k.
All right.
Lots of courage. And my popularity rank. My support is changing.
Amazing.
There's really 10,000 reef here. I'm ready for more contracts if they pay out as well. This well. I was trying to look at what that achievement was. I'm afraid you can't. I don't have any other contracts I can offer you right now. The recruitment centers in other cities should also handle contracts. Take a look if you have the chance. Hulkenberg. Ah, 'tis you. I know there's little left to do but wait, yet that has me more restless than anything. Ah, that's right. Have you a moment to talk? Sure. If I can. Lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hope I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me? Get some exercise.
I see.
Sound enough? And thus occupied with your exertions, your mind is cleared of distraction. Then how about it? Would you train in swordplay with me? Your technique is self-taught, I presume. This seems a fine opportunity to start you on some formal training. I'd like that.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapon shop with us.
All right.
A fine balanced weapon, no? 'Tis for training only, but you'd never know it from the grip and swing. 'Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I'd become a royal guardswoman myself. 'Twas not long after joining that I was assigned to the prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger even than you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night I would slip past our commander's watch, join a comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were calloused and blistered.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost. Yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was the better. Sounds like a worthy opponent.
Well.
Nothing less. It was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. Was it Grius? We swore we'd become royal knights worthy of the title and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
We'd be champions. God above, Hulkenberg, is it truly you? So it is you. You've returned.
Rotanth?
Rotanth? Look at this guy. He's like completely devoid of color. What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the self-same man. And who's this pup?
Nice to meet you.
The name's Pompo. I see. You truly have changed, Hulkenberg. What do you mean? I mean, I'm taken aback. You indulge the company of this elder brat. You, once a proud member of the knighthood? Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose, like I suppose like attracts like. The dirt suits a fallen knight. What? Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within his bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly you've already given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal guard was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. How dare! Choose your words with care. No need. I have nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg.
Sorry.
My apologies. I'm sorry you had to see that. Are you okay? Tis kind to ask. I do understand his anger. 'Twas by my choice that our promised path diverged after all. But we cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. Pompo, let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That is the path I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust. What about sparring?
I have not the luxury of regret.
Reduces the mad cost of studying the knight lineage. Guard duty, Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. That's cool.
Pardon me.
That's very good. Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. Well, see you around.
Very well.
Let us leave our training for another time.
Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings. 'Twill take an unsparing regimen indeed to purge this distraction. Hulkenberg and I return to the others. Back to the hushed honeybee.
What is it? All right then.
So that didn't even take time? No, it's nighttime now.
All right then.
So what do we do at nighttime? I guess if we're hanging out with Brigitte at night, that's not too much effort. I just wonder if it's gonna be worth it. Like, I don't care about the merchant, and yeah, who knows? Like, what kind of like battle specific reward it'll have. Because it might just be more worth it to work on royal virtues.
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
Ah, just you.
Ah, so it's you. You seem unscathed. Have you come to work? I don't know. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is the thing. Improves the exchange rate at the mag exchange. I don't think she's gonna be that worth doing. This one's combat specific. So it's rank 4. But it could just be merchant related. In Persona games, it's like sometimes it'll be like really important to level up these.
I'm off.
Well,
You'll get like, you know, surprise attack or all those baton passings in Persona 5.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Imagination. How do I check royal virtues? Swing. Tolerance is pretty close. Maybe I could go do a tolerance thing. Like, isn't helping at Hush Honeybee tolerance?
What is it? Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do that.
You're a big help.
Next up is...
Let's see here. Red grass roast, right? No problem. Fabienne taught us all the ins and outs of this recipe.
Oh, right!
How about we make a few tweaks to the dish while we're at it? Yeah, take it away, Chef Gallica.
So that means...
You take the lead, Gallica. Can I? Let's go big then. Some milk, some fruit peel for that citrus zest, some fish eyes for flavor. We don't have any of that. I can't put my finger on why, but the dish smells particularly repugnant.
Kinda weird.
Fabienne ended up having to cook the dish herself. I'm grateful to her, but I feel bad for giving her more work to do. Helping out didn't go very well, but I feel like my tolerance improved a little.
All right.
Well done, Gallica. Oh, and we still got the dish? The heck? I continued to help out as the night went on.
It would seem that disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears.
I like this guy.
Sanctifex Forden has spoken.
Oh.
The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me?
If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement.
The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent, and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
We knew that.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Louis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Louis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? But when I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Maria!
Where?
Maria, where are you? Where could Maria have gone? Wait. Oh no. What? What's up?
Hello there.
Do you know the little half-blood girl? We can't let a girl walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked. I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. It's not really why I approached this guy.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again, hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right,
So why is Luis up there?
but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
What up?
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe.
Everyone's happy. Everyone gets along.
It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, The discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime.
Oh, yeah?
To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win.
Wow.
Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here. We enter the Tournament for the Throne.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh?
Like,
hey, were you even
what?
listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
I do. If it's for Maria.
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Grius's journal.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes.
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Huh. Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
Thanks, Maria.
You're the best advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That's the plan.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Hey? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Not really up to you to
Could you just do your
have an
job,
opinion.
please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder.
Seems like Stroll
Now
agrees.
that I think of it. Weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out.
Well, they weren't.
What? We got a deserter turning up.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. Now, you're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. won't be late.
Okay.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Sure.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You not here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme?
I guess so.
You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard
Hi,
captain
Barden.
from Atira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
He's a little pitiful, but
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
man. I only say that he's a little bit pitiful because he's like trying to get us to pity him.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such
He's
a
like,
perilous
but
request,
nobody would.
even with this tournament looming over everything.
Oh.
Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me.
What was that? Closure.
that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
I mean, it does make sense. If you want to gain, like, the people's favor, slaying some, like, big beast isn't really, like, as strong as just, like, helping an entire city or whatever, entire village.
True.
Look at that.
Sure are a lot of wanted posters. Almost all the requests are gone. The only ones left worth taking is a bounty for Heisme, whatever that is. What did Stroll think we'd gain here? I guess let's take Heisme one at the window. Okay. Oh, what's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me. Are you actually thinking of participating in the Tournament of the Throne? Oh, the audacity of youth. That's rich. A mere fledgling, with no history or experience to speak of. As king, the idea makes me sick to my stomach.
No, thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience. And yet, upstart schoolchildren like you and Luis dare to... It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give you a eulogy at your I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. I suppose he's a candidate too. Okay. Hey, would it be alright if we accepted the bounty contract for Heisme? Heisme? You sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. Of course I can. You're an odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. Head to Matira. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
I need to find and bring in Heisme, the notorious criminal tied to a series of kidnappings in Matira. Martira. Despite his bounty, he has evaded capture. His true identity remains a mystery. 100,000 vive. Dang.
Call it.
Okay, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
The opening ceremony for tomorrow, or for the tournament, is tomorrow.
Let's rest.
We should probably stay inside and rest today. I'm a little annoyed at myself that
Can I come in?
we're leaving and I never once looked at that. You can like collect mag from the coronation rock or whatever. What's up, Maria? Wanna read some more?
Want to read some more?
Not today.
Okay.
You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
It's alright. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
A curative coney roast.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
What's that?
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book... We met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
You killed that bandit.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Juna.
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky. Faraway sky so clear. Let life be a God. Let my wish echo. Once that soul far beyond the shore.
There was no indication that that was about to happen. Well done, well done.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
Altaberry Heights.
And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Guido!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Gladel?
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Not a whole lot of cheers.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Hi. I'm Pompo.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
This is our ride?
A land runner? It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Jeez.
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
That's really fun. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now? We want to go to a place called Martira, Old Castletown, I think. It should be a ways south. Wow. Quite a ways south. Isn't it? I thought we were heading to, this town. I guess it's kind of on the way, huh?
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think,
gusto.
lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus.
Neurus.
Here, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neurus, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, 'tis rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and
Well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her, collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! Lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady, but leave the Valley runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
She's pretty funny when she's angry.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think he's alright. I think we can count on him.
I think we can count on him. If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You're not gonna handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify...
Oh yeah, it's the first time we're bringing it up to her.
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
Hey, it's pretty good.
I think it's a perfect idea. Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the Gauntlet Runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
I like him. Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kinda wanna see what the engine room's like. Alright, we'll do that when I play next.